Oh my god. Mark out Mania. Mark out Mania. Saturday morning and we're working out on Mark out Mania.
Oh, Susanna.
No, don't sing it, James.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Hey, hola, amigos.
Don't you bitch at me.
You know, I considered I joked with Stephanie that I was gonna do the Mark Almania theme to Oh Susanna last night, and she was like no, people say it's a racist song, so I was like, oh okay, I better not do that then. But yeah. Anyway, hola amigos, and welcome to the Mark Mania.
Yeah.
We got James the Extreme Sarno. How are you?
I am doing good, my friend. Doing good. Can't complain. Ready to rock and roll. I missed not being here for 2 weeks, so let's do this.
Thunder all through the night. It's like
Jesus.
it's the God of Thunder. Zeus King Dark. How are you?
Good, Adrian. Good, James.
That's Zeus's new walk-up music.
Do y'all know that? Do y'all know that Prince song? It's from a Prince song. It goes thunder all through the night. Dun,
I
dun,
did
dun,
not know
dun,
that.
dun, dun. Yeah. I think it's James, you might be able to help me here. It's the album that has a 7 and My Name is Prince. And is it the Symbol?
Oh yeah. That's a symbol, yeah.
Yeah, the Symbol album, yeah. It's on there.
Very good. Yeah.
Oh, what's up?
Well, you know, we had some happenings this past weekend in some wrestling, some interesting booking, a return which went way over, actually way better than anybody thought it would. You know, I think I'm just going to throw out a couple of names out there real quick. I think Pat McAfee should quit whatever he's doing and become a WWE superstar full time because he's amazing. You got to love the Cody Rhodes promo on Raw Monday night. WrestleMania was WrestleMania. You know, you had Impact in the multiverse of matches, which absolutely blew huge moose chunks. And you had the Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor, where, interesting enough, you saw them boys, the Briscoe, lose 2 matches in 2 different promotions in the same night, which was interesting. So they must got a shitload of money from Tony Khan.
We felt that, didn't we?
Yeah. And then you had the NXT champion lose at the NXT pay-per-view. Did not defend the champion and the NXT show the following Tuesday, but Monday night on Raw, he won the title back in front of people who really just looked like they didn't care. So some interesting booking. It was an interesting weekend. You know, it looks like Zeus's prediction has actually come true. We now have a U-boat captain on Raw. And I thought wrestling was on an upswing, a little bit of a tick of an upswing after an interesting weekend, and the booking and the name changing. Hi, I'm Raquel Gonzalez. I'm your NXT Women's Champion who's been on Raw, who's been on posters, who's been on napkins, who's been on toilet paper, for Christ's sake. And now she's Raquel Rodriguez. Who am I? She's a new superstar.
That one's really confusing to me, that name change, because
I don't know.
Because how is Rodriguez like and Gonzalez like? You're like, what? I don't like. It was already. What was wrong with the existing name that they made?
And Gonzalez is her actual name.
Listen, do you guys are you not aware of the Vince-ism? Okay. I mean, come on. We've been, 4-decade plus wrestling fans, and
Yeah.
he finds a way to mess up anything, right? So he's just sitting there, and he's like, it's just not as I mean, it's just like Santos Escobar,
Yeah.
What the hell is that? You make him sound like a Colombian drug lord, and he's a fucking lucha libre fucking prodigy.
Vinceisms, yeah, you called it.
But I mean, but Raquel Gonzalez is like already their trademark name on NXT. So like the WWE already owned, like it's not even a thing where it's like she doesn't want to give up the rights to her name. Like she already has.
But does she? If that's her real name, does she still have a claim to it?
No, well, that's her real name is Victoria Gonzalez.
Okay,
right, but that's what I'm saying.
So,
Raquel,
right.
like
it's trademark. Isn't it trademarked already?
Yeah,
Probably.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, she's been on cards and all kind of stuff. Like, so I'm confused. Like, why they're like, no, it needs to be a double R, and I'm like, with Roman Reigns on the same show.
And then you got Caleb Braxton going, this is a brand new superstar, Raquel Rodriguez. What do you mean brand new? And she posed with the Raw and Women's SmackDown champion on your show. I don't like, either Vince thinks the fans are total. Yes.
Last year when Rhea Ripley was
yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Vince thinks we're all really stupid or all have ADD, or it's just I don't know. I'm questioning a lot of things, especially though, not for nothing, but if I'm an huge NXT fan, and if I go all the way to Texas to stand and deliver, and Braun Breaker doesn't win, and he doesn't win it on an NXT show the following Tuesday, but wins it on Raw, I'd be pissed. I feel like I got cheated.
Yeah. I did see that match, the one on Raw,
and it wasn't even advertised until it went to commercial break.
It wasn't. It was just a standard match too. It was
nothing. Yeah, it was nothing.
Outside of the stuff Braun Breaker does that's impressive is always impressive athletically.
Yeah, but that crowd wasn't into it.
Yeah, that was interesting. They were dead for most of that match.
If that was the NXT crowd, it would have been a different vibe.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it. I just didn't feel it.
And once again, that's something we've seen time and time again is resentful main roster fans not liking.
Right. You're absolutely right, Zeus. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I just don't understand that. I just don't get it. I mean, you have to give your fans something. Those fans at the NXT Performance Center, those are your core fans. I mean, come on, you got to give them that title switch. I mean, come on, man. How do you not do that? I don't get it. I don't get it. I get the H stable, Edge's new stable with Damian Priest and supposedly Rhea Ripley. Okay, fine. I think the Cody Rhodes promo was fantastic. I thought it was. He was shooting from the hip.
Cringy, but
no. You know what? Let him get the shit off his chest, and now for the first time he's not being told what to say. So I thought that was interesting. He was he was either dashing Cody Rhodes or Stardust or Milk Crud or whatever the fuck. Yeah. And now he's actually being himself.
But James, we've heard him do the same cringy sort of emotional, appealing promo in AEW, and we found it cringy then, and it's the same promo.
Agreed. It's the same promo, but I think it means a little more here because this is something because he's saying it in a WWE ring where you thought that would never happen because he's never been allowed to speak for himself.
Well, and I mean, because for the fact that it didn't go over, him he wasn't really super over as anything for
right.
It was kind of him developing this that a lot of fans really
I enjoyed that promo. I enjoyed it.
Hey, so since we're talking about Cody, I have not seen I only saw one match from WrestleMania. I only saw Becky Bianca. That's the only
That was
match I
good.
saw at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch WrestleMania, James? I'm assuming you did.
Yeah,
How was Seth Cody?
it was a good match.
And
It was a good match. They did their thing. They went at it. It was good, and Cody went over.
so something I was going to say about Cody, he's in a really good position because Roman Reigns has gone over pretty much everyone in the WWE roster. There's no one that you can actually believe is going to beat him for the title who's still there. He's beaten everyone at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have Cody. He's like, it's basically him. And if you ever bring up Braun Breaker in the future, that you can build up to unseat him, is how it feels.
Right.
What do you think?
I think it makes sense. I don't know if I would put Cody against Roman because it's as you said, Roman's beating everybody, and you know what? He's going to beat Cody.
Oh, I'm not saying
And
right now. I'm talking about in
no,
the
I know.
future. You build him
Yeah,
up to
yeah.
be the one.
Oh yeah, I can see that happening. I don't know if I'll ever put him over Roman, but I can see that happening as a viable opponent for Roman Reigns. Sure. I mean, I would go with your idea of Braun Breaker instead. You could tease him coming up and I haven't talked shit, but you know, I can see that. I mean, the way him and Seth Rollins went at it was good, and the next night I Raw, him and Seth Rollins had that little promo between each other, so it was pretty good. I like what they're doing with that. It's okay, and I think this is Roman Reigns is as best as he's ever been. So
Did Roman Reigns get hurt? Because it looked like he hurt his
yeah,
arm.
he did. He did.
Yeah, it looked like
What?
he tore a muscle or something.
Yeah, he did. That's exactly what he did. He tore his muscle in his arm.
So
And
what are
he
they
got
going
real
to do?
swollen, and supposedly he's rehabbing through it.
Oh, yeah.
So, he was struggling lifting up the belts. He couldn't lift up the belts. It was hard for him to do it. But he's going to rehab through it.
So y'all both concur that the Becky and Bianca was good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
That was a good match.
I thought it was a really good match. Even I mean, Becky Lynch pulled out a Momo latch. If you told me I was going to see a Momo latch in a WWE match, I'd be like, "What? No one's going to pull out a Momo latch in a WWE match." And so she pulled out a Momo latch in not only a WWE match, but on WrestleMania. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, I thought it was a good match. It played off of their everything, like everything they built up to the match. I mean, it played off even the SummerSlam deal. It played off like the entire title reign from SummerSlam to this point.
It was actually well done booking for a change. It was good booking, actually.
Something I thought was very notable to me, like last year when Bianca had the match with Sasha made the whole match. Like Sasha led her by the hand through that whole match. And this match, Bianca was very much like an equal participant, I felt, like in terms of making the match. So she has grown a lot in the past year in terms of the in-ring stuff, I feel. But now her promo the next night was terrible. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, my eye. Okay, we get it. Your eye, and
her eye was terrible. Oh, poor girl.
Yeah. I can't see me. I can't see you. You seen it now? Come on.
Did you see her eyes, Zeus? Because I know I mentioned it to you.
Yes. It was very swollen.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen people get their orbital bone broken, and it looks similar to that.
Yeah, she got kicked in the eye by accident. Well, was it Becky's heel, right?
Yeah. Did you see the look on Becky's face? She knew immediately something.
Yeah,
she kind of did an oh shit when she landed. Like,
it was the heel of Becky's foot right in the eye. I was like, ouch.
They still finished the match. They still
Yeah,
finished
they
the match
did.
like
Yeah.
nothing was going on.
That's a tough girl, man. Those girls are tough. You know, I don't care what anybody says, man.
And
Those girls are tough.
a lot of wrestling in that match, James.
Yes,
I mean, a lot of like actual like
wrestling.
in that match. I
Right,
mean,
wrestling.
it was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's you know, I thought that was the actual best wrestling match in the entire whole card. You know, but WrestleMania is not about wrestling matches. It's about, you know, having fun, you know, celebrities doing stupid shit, moments, stuff like that. That was an actual wrestling match, you know?
Yeah.
So it was actually good, you know?
But I didn't see anything else. I just don't have time to see.
Oh man, the Pat McAfee shit was awesome, man. Pat McAfee is a godsend. You know what? The Dominic Mysterio should look up to Pat McAfee.
Oh man,
Even Logan Paul looked better than Dominic Mysterio in that match.
Dominic is looking really weird at the moment. Like
he was like a surfboard with arms.
It's weird. Like the more in shape he gets, the smaller he. Like it almost looks like he's aging back to an elementary age kid.
You know, in a couple of more years, he's just going to be a sperm. I mean, he's brutal. Yeah.
He's just gonna be a head and a flappy body
and the tail. Like it's just, you know, it just he looks like uncoordinated. It just doesn't look right. Even Logan Paul came in looking pretty good, man. You know, and I don't like him, but listen, man, you gotta give credit where credit is due. He looked good in the match. And you know, the Miz is the Miz. He's awesome. So
Dominic, I really shouldn't say this, but because I really don't encourage people using steroids. But if someone needs to have a stamp with the juice,
Jesus, Pedro, you need something.
His dad needs to help him out. Like you need like just a few months on this.
Just like Ray did. Oh, sorry, did I say that out loud?
Just what do they call it? Cycles? Just 2 cycles.
Two or 3 cycles. Just to
get we'll get you off of it. We don't want you to look like Road Warrior Animal, but we don't want you to look like David Flair. So
yeah.
Oh, David Flair is more built than this kid is in a way.
Shit, it's terrible.
It was horrible. It was horrible. But you can never really judge WrestleMania on natural wrestling. It's because it's not about that, you know. So, which is fine. I get it, you know, because it's like the Super Bowl of wrestling. You know, just like they say, you know, it's all about the pageantry and the bullshit and the wow factor and the holy shit moments. How
was Stone Cold KO? How was all that stuff?
That was actually good, man. Stone Cold went with it for almost like 20 minutes.
Oh wow!
They brawled all over the building. God bless Kevin Owens, man. He's the man. He took so many stunners. He sold everything perfectly for Austin. And I thought Austin was going to be, all blown up. They were brawling all over Texas Stadium, AT&T Stadium, all over the place. And Austin was fine. I mean, he at the end of it, he looked a little winded, but after going 20 minutes running around the whole stadium, yeah, I would be too. But he looked all right.
The confrontation with Vince, though, that was fucking.
That was Vince's fucked up.
God,
that was Vince's botch all the way.
He is. It's like, okay, dude, that's enough, man. You got to stop it.
Yeah, Vince had to inject himself in the middle of it, and he didn't. Now they were saying that Vince did that on purpose as a rib to Stone Cold.
I doubt it.
I doubt it. It looked like shit.
Did y'all see the edit on Monday of the Stunner?
I heard about it.
Yeah, they edited it where it looked decent, not great, but it looked decent.
Yeah. Did you see
that? Hollywood should hire that guy.
Mick Foley's son captured his reaction to the Stunner.
Yeah,
and Mick laughed his ass off.
It's funny, man. It's funny. Vince has totally botched it. He totally botched it. You know, I heard. I read that as soon as Vince got backstage, everybody was ribbing him for it. They were like, "Oh, you botched the stunner." You know?
I mean, he never really took it well.
No,
Yeah.
never.
He never did a great job at it.
Even the first one he took him at the Garden looked like shit.
Yeah.
And it just continued from there. It was interesting, and then and then outside of WrestleMania, you had two other shows that actually one was pretty decent, and the other one was I don't know what Impact is doing. So I
When was the last time they knew what they were doing?
oh Zeus, let me tell you, man, I have no clue because I don't know what kind of show they put on, and it just first of all, it was at WrestleCon, and they were doing it in some ballroom, and it looked like shit. The production was horrible. The people were talking on the mics, and you couldn't even hear what they were saying. It was horrible. It was horrible. There were chandeliers in the way of people trying to jump off the top rope. It just
What?
looked this.
Really?
It was bad. Yes, it was bad. It was bad.
Oh, I didn't see any. I didn't see any clips of that.
It was bad. I saw the whole show. It was horrible. Fucking 3 hours worth of garbage.
Oh man. Was the decent show? Was that supposedly the Ring of Honor show?
Yeah, it was actually pretty decent. I mean, the big hype tag team match between FDR and the Briscoes was actually pretty good until the Young Bucks ran in.
Oh my God.
That's exactly what I said, and it just fucked it up for me right there. It's I expected some AEW talent to run in, but it's Tony Khan company now. He can do what he wants. But
I did watch.
It was a pretty decent show.
I did watch that match, James. That's the only match I watched from that show.
Yeah.
I watched
Were you
FTR
excited to see the Young Bucks?
Well, first off, I found the match just a standard tag match. I didn't find it.
Yeah,
good.
there wasn't anything special, but it was okay.
I didn't find it good.
Okay.
I didn't find it bad. It was just a standard tag match, and I don't understand what people have been calling it up there as the greatest tag match in North American history, and I don't see it.
I have seen so much hype for Fart this week. It's just it's all I can do not to engage people because I mean if you're this in love with what they're doing, I can't change your mind. I can't.
The only thing special, quote unquote special, about the match was just the crowd. Because the crowd, when nothing was happening, because there's 2 minutes at the start of the match, nothing happens. They're just walking around, looking at the crowd for 2 minutes. Nothing happens, and the crowd's chanting, "This is awesome! This is awesome!" Blah, 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 blah. Like all these chanting. The crowd chants anything in this match. Like they lock up. Oh my God! They're like people are having orgasms in the crowd, like and all this kind of stuff. And you're like, they've done nothing. Like they.
Oh my God! FTR did a hip toss. I just caught a chubby. Yeah, come on, man! It was ridiculous. The thing that impressed me the most is that after that match, the fucking Briscoes went over to the Impact show and jobbed to the.
Oh my God! Who they jobbed to?
The Good Brothers.
Oh God! They jobbed to Hart and the Good Brothers on the same.
Yeah, the same night. That's what I'm saying. Tony Khan must have hit them off lovely because you have to pay me a shitload of money to job twice in one night to those two teams, and they did it clean. Clean 1, 2, 3. It's clean.
I heard I saw clips of the Mercedes Martinez. Was it Willow?
Whatever her name.
Willow Nightingale.
Yeah.
From that, and the clips were horrendous. Like
the match wasn't anything to write home about.
They were botching a lot from what I saw. Lots of botches.
I saw Willow Nightingale at the last WrestleCade. against Faye Jackson. That wasn't bad. That wasn't a bad match.
I think it was more of miscommunication than botches. I just thought that they didn't have enough time to work on their thing together. You know what I'm saying? Because that match was thrown together at the last minute.
I don't have anything against Willow Nightingale, to be honest.
No.
I thought she some of the times I've seen her in stuff before, she does a really good job connecting with the crowds. She's real good at getting the crowd on her side, and I mean lots of things that I bring that up because a lot of young wrestlers don't really do that stuff. They just kind of bank off the social media, carrying it over to the show or something. Like that's where they'll get their thing, but not too many people really make an effort to connect with a crowd to what they're doing in the ring and blah blah blah. But yeah. What
I tell you, Pedro. It was, they had some interesting matches. Some stuff was it's hard to explain it because Jonathan Gresham and the Bandito stuff was okay. It was nothing fantastic, but it was okay. Oh, they're using all the old school Ring of Honor belts for some reason. Like FTR won the old school Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, if I was the last champion, I wouldn't give the damn belt back.
Right. No, I hear you.
Because for when Jonathan Gresham, when he won the vacant title by beating Jay Lethal, he had they had to give him that old belt because Bandito couldn't come around him to even bring the right belt.
But it was it was okay. It was better than the Impact show. The only thing Impact that was interesting was that Jay White, he was good, But other than that, I was like, oh. And then you had Deonna Purrazzo coming out and trying to cut a promo on the mic when nobody heard her because the mic sucked, and she was like on a Super Card of Honor, and you had the interim champion. Interim, what is interim? Interim is bullshit. I'm the champion, and then all of a sudden, Taya Valkyrie comes out. And she looked like she looked like her entire body is stuffed with Botox.
Shit.
She looked like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. She just floated to the ring. I was like, "Yo, what is this?"
Got a thyroid problem, James.
My bad, but
my bad. I mean, her face has looked very strange. We've been saying this since when she came to NXT. She looks different, but
I don't mean to make fun of any woman issues because Lord knows I have my own. But it just didn't look right on camera. It looked worse because it was bad production and the mics were bad and you could barely hear what they were saying. And like you're the commentating. You heard the commentators who were breathing. You heard their breathing over what they were saying. So it was brutal. No, exactly.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Hey, I want to say something about Jonathan Gresham real fast. I saw some interesting reactions to Jonathan Gresham online. Namely, a number of people were saying no matter how good he was in the ring, that they couldn't, he was too small. I saw this come up a number of times, and I
saw that several times too.
I saw one person talking about how their wife couldn't stop laughing the entire match because she couldn't get over how little this man was, and to her it was hilarious that they were having him competitive at all, or even putting.
You should put that bitch in the ring with Jonathan Gresham, and let Jonathan Gresham work on her leg, and then we'll see what happens.
Right, but it did make me, because this has come up before about him. Is he too small for like a wider wrestling audience to accept?
Well, I think if you get him in the right booking,
Right.
if you put him in a story where you can get invested in the guy, because like look at Spike Dudley, he was hugely popular. People didn't give a shit. I mean, his selling point was that he was so small.
And Rey
Exactly.
Mysterio,
And he
Yeah.
was
So
doing ridiculous, that the acid drop. He was taking out Big Dick Dudley in 911. He was the giant killer. He was the giant killer. So
exactly. So it all depends on how you book. I think Jonathan Gresham is a viable champion. I think he is.
Well,
it just you just got to book him properly.
yeah, he is a viable champion, but also I think he, it depends on how everything goes with what's happening now. But like,
Well, at the end of the Ring of Honor show, right, with Gresham in the ring, Samoa Joe comes out. So he made his debut there too. So if you have them two go at it, I think that's a viable storyline right there.
yeah, and I mean, it's just that he needs to be. You're gonna have, you just need to make that part of who he is. It's like,
Right.
wrestling skill 1 million,
Right.
but he has to, but he needs his heart, he needs his will, and he needs the fans to help him overcome being small.
It's funny that you guys bring that up because you guys are both absolutely right. Because nobody bitches about Rey Mysterio being small or Spike
Right.
Dudley being small.
People definitely bitched about Rey when the WWE put the world title on him. People were I recall people bitching about it online. Yes.
Really?
Yes, I saw lots of that.
And I mean, I think there's a lot of bad reaction to that from people just because they, I think they just didn't, they just weren't behind it. I've seen stuff and people bitch about it, but I mean, it's, that's just how that is. But I also think that, I think that Jonathan Gresham, if he gets the chance, to join the New Japan Junior division, I think that would be pretty incredible.
Oh, I would agree.
I'm not saying he's too small, by the way. I'm saying
I'm not saying he's too small either, but I think that would be a place where, because I mean, look at how Finn Balor was a junior.
Yeah.
I hate to say his name, but Kenny Omega was a junior. I mean, some of these guys who were juniors, and it kind of looks like Hiromu's kind of transitioning out of it. Will Ospreay's transitioning out of it. Obviously, he's a good looking heavyweight now. But
Will Ospreay Will Ospreay needs to get in touch with Dominic. I won't say why, but go continue.
Oh my God! But I thought the only two surprises that I had that I actually marked out a little bit for on both those Ring of Honor and the Impact show was on the Ring of Honor. You had Minoru Suzuki.
Right, won the TV title.
He won the TV title, and I kept telling Lux that he's going to lose it because he's not going to win the title because he has to go back to New Japan. Sure enough, he won the title. I was like, holy shit,
James! They weren't gonna leave the title on the Chris.
Oh, I know.
Looking dude.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to go there, but okay. But on the Impact show, Tomohiro Ishii came out and wrestled. And I was
wow.
Oh shit, yeah, Ishii on the Impact show. So it was kind of cool, It was all right, but other than that, fine. But I agree with you guys about if Jonathan Gresham can get into the New Japan division, like you said, Zeus, and then win the strap.
Even just the best of, just a good showing in the best of Super Juniors.
Right. Yeah, but he could take that to Ring of Honor with him, and then he could elevate both titles. You know what I'm saying?
The thing he has going for him is he's so good at the catch wrestling stuff, right?
Right.
So even though he's tiny, like you can have him like if you're trying to sell him to a wider, whatever audience, you have him take a lot of abuse or whatever, but he always can catch people in these holds and stuff, right? So he has this easy way to get over, like, and to be seen as competitive with, whatever. But if he's in the orbit of the garbage place, the AEW, if he's in the shit orbit, like most of the people are tiny anyway, so it's not going to be that big a deal.
Well, I want to see what Khan does with Ring of Honor now. Now that this show is over with, the show is over with. Now he can concentrate on the new TV deal for Ring of Honor and the new logo, supposedly the new belts and all that shit coming out. I want to see what he does with it.
It's going to be the AEW Dark people getting just longer match time than they had on AEW Dark.
Mm.
And we'll see. People being like, Ring of Honor, Ring of Honor.
You know what they have for this coming week, that with literally it's like no hype and no time to build it up, so it means it's not, it's probably going to be a squash, but it's Samoa Joe versus Suzuki on AEW this coming week.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Wow. See, you don't even know. You don't even know, because they're not even bothering to give it a decent amount of time to hype up.
And I watched this week's AEW too. Look at that. And you know what? I didn't even know that was happening.
Are you telling me AEW just throws things out there all the time? Like, Cole and Page having another title match, but it's going to be on Rampage. And I think it's going to be a gimmick match.
I mean, it doesn't shock me at all.
So just when I thought,
yes,
this is what I thought after a pretty decent weekend of wrestling, like showing promise. We get to yesterday, and Zeus is like fucking Nostradamus over here, and the U-boat captain himself comes out with the fucking Martel Bartel with a total name change. Ludwig, whatever the hell his name is now, they're calling him Kaiser, like Kaiser Sose, Ludwig Kaiser Sose, and all of a sudden it's like, what happened to Imperium?
They called him like the Kaiser.
Yeah, he's like Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah, which God. It sounds like a pretty common German name to me.
Yeah,
somebody did dig up a dead German soldier by that name.
We're talking to Damien.
But it wasn't a prominent, guy. He got killed.
What happened to Eichner? He's gone.
I heard he's Fabian Eichner. I hear he's gonna be the Tony Angelo guy. He might be like become his heavy or something like that.
Oh my God, are you serious?
What I heard is what I'm hearing. Like,
Pedro, our favorite tag team from the NXT UK debuted on NXT this week.
Pretty Deadly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did that go?
They did a run-in and beat the shit out of the Creed brothers. Well, somebody. I forgot who they beat the shit out of. But
we don't have to go into all the details about this, but there's gonna be new tag team champions for NXT.
Really?
Tuesday. Yes.
You mean MSK is not going to hold the belt still?
No, they have relinquished the titles.
Yeah, they relinquished the belt.
They relinquished the belt.
Quote unquote, we took.
They relinquished the titles. What, pray tell, happened?
I don't know.
Oh Jesus!
Who knows? They were scared of the Creed brothers, or whoever it is going to get the belt.
I guess so. I guess so. It's funny from a company. Well, let me not go there. Let me not go there. Let's put a U-boat captain on TV, but don't say anything. Okay, all right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I heard. I haven't seen it, but I heard they've changed the theme music for Dragunov. They're trying to de-emphasize the Russianness of this man.
That's his whole gimmick.
I know, but there's
Yeah,
a
well, you
reason
kinda
they
can't
can't
do that with-
emphasize he's Russian right now, Jay.
I know.
Like I know he's legit Russian, but they can't emphasize he's Russian right now.
I mean, if there was ever a better time for Nikita Koloff to tell the world he was from Lithuania, it's right now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about some brilliant in character work from 1991 or 92.
Yeah. Oh my God. What? Yeah. I don't know. So I don't know. Now I'm like, I had a glimmer of hope of watching wrestling and becoming like excited again, and now just everything's they're just screwing it all up.
Did you say glimmer, James?
Glimmer.
Did you say glimmer? What about these new Panini, not Panini, but Prism foil, whatever NXT title belts? They look like those trading card foil like Prism things.
They just color me bad. They were brutal, man. I'm like, what is that, crayon? I was like, what are you doing over here? You know, it's supposed to match the whole aesthetic of the the 2.0 look, but yeah. It looks more like an accessory than a fucking belt. You know, it just, I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but I don't want it.
You know what I want? I'll tell you guys what I want. I want those Panini.
NXT has turned into a joke. What, Robin?
I want those Panini WWE Prism cards. Have you all seen these online?
No, but I heard they're ridiculously expensive, are they?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't. They just came out this week, like in the stores. I haven't been able to go out yet. Of course, I won't be able till today to get out of the house. But I want to see them because everything I'm seeing, they look so cool, and they got Meiko Satomura cards. I'm like, oh shit, they got Meiko Satomura
cards. Speaking of cards, I drafted 3 times in New Japan Collection to either get the new Desperado or the new Okada card, and got absolutely jack shit, nothing but 2s.
Oh,
yeah,
that's terrible. That's
horrible. It's horrible. I'm upset. But anyway, I digress.
Yes,
Don't look at don't look for the Prism cards.
Why?
You're
not going to believe how much they're
asking. I heard they were expensive. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how many?
What about like just a pack? Like, what about just like a pack?
I don't even see a pack. It's all boxes.
Oh,
how much is the box?
100? Over 100?
No.
200?
More.
How much? How much?
I'm looking at a box right now, $1,275.
What?
Okay, here's one pack. Here's one pack of 12 cards, $120. Here's a box, $2,700. Here's a box, $1,175.
For these new Prism cards, I heard they were expensive, and I think they were ridiculous.
Yeah, here's a The Rock 2022 Panini Prism Cracked Ice 91 card for $1,200.
Man.
I think you just burst Pedro's bubble, Zeus.
I just want to get one pack. Come on.
There's a one Panini Prism Natalia card is $24.
For Natalia?
Yeah, $49.99 for a Stacy Keibler.
$50 for Stacy Keibler?
An Ivar card for $50.
Who is Ivar? Is he one of the Viking warriors or whatever?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
$3,000 for an autographed.
Are you looking on
AJ
eBay
Styles? I'm just looking at the Google prices. It's eBay, and there's other sites.
Let me go here.
That sounds brutal.
Alexa Bliss, Panini Prism, 199. Brock Lesnar. Yeah.
Let's see. I found a Panini Prism Mako Satomura Orange for $4.99, so $5. I found an autograph Mako Satomura for $8.50. Do people not know who? Well, here's one for $22.50. I can say people do not know who this is.
That's outrageous.
They are high.
Yeah, they look nice though. If you see them, they look nice.
They do look nice. But I mean, it's not like I mean, you see, Pedro, because you're a newer collector.
Well, I used to collect cards a long time ago, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm getting back into it. Yeah.
But I mean, do you not remember like those refractor cards that from the mid '90s, where everything was like it's like Topps Finest, I think it was. I mean, it looks really similar to all.
I remember, geez, times have changed. I remember when I would get excited where you would get 2 free cards in a Twinkie box and you have to cut them out.
Oh yeah. I miss when you could go like at the gas stations or convenience stores. You could get like the wax packs for like 25 cents or stuff like that. It used to be cheap.
Jesus, times have changed, man. $500 for this, $50 for an Italian card. That's
I remember when those AEW cards came out last year. People were selling like the autograph cards into the 50,000 for the Omega ones and stuff like that. And I was just like, man,
I bet you about dropping 50 limestones. Jesus.
I'm telling you, man.
But at least you got that Okada, James.
I got that Okada. Thank you very much, Pedro. I truly appreciate it.
We got you the Rocky.
Yep.
And got you the Okada and.
But as soon as you got me that Rocky juice, somebody tried to take it away twice.
Oh wow!
Twice. I was like, get out of here.
What wasn't a good trade then, huh?
No. Some guy wanted to give me a fucking show card. I was like, no. And then this other guy wanted to give me a Toriano. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah, we all help each other out.
Yeah. Right. Doing that shit. Yeah, so I was trying to get that Despy card for you, Zeus, and I had 50 limestones exactly. I said, fuck it, let me do it. And I got nothing but twos. Entire twos. I got so pissed off. That I immediately I went in and I brought another 61 fucking stone for $9.99 and did it again and got twos and threes. I was livid. I got shot down in a matter of 5 minutes. 2 times.
That's the worst. But I mean, that's that literally that's like trading card stuff.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that that this phone I can capture those. That do a video of that now. So I'm gonna do that and save all that. Because I mean, that's the big majority of it is just how great the card looks because it's got some motion in it no matter what.
Yeah. I like that Okada card. That card is pretty.
Yeah.
That's a saucy Okada card. I was like,
yeah. And it's funny because like, I mean, they did it for LIJ first.
Yeah.
Right.
And of course there's such a small faction. That was just like, was that just one draft?
Maybe,
or was it 2? I think it was just
it was 2. No. I could have sworn it was 2, wasn't it?
Maybe. I don't remember.
But I mean, because it's But I mean, I remember, they got everybody out there, but when they get around to doing, Bullet Club, it's going to be.
Yeah, that's going to be like a month.
Well, and speaking of factions, who's that new guy for in United Empire?
I didn't see. I haven't seen any of it. Who are you talking about, Zeus? What? They have a new guy?
Some they got a new junior.
Really?
Yeah.
Somebody from the dojo?
No. He's been around a while.
Let me see.
Francesco Akira.
Oh, he's from Italy, I believe. Yeah. He was
an All Japan junior champion.
Before that he was just doing the indies in Europe, and then then he was I remember because when Angelico was doing his European indies run, they had matches, and so that's how I heard about him. But then he had like a little run in Japan, right, with All Japan and stuff like that. So he's in there now.
Yes,
I haven't seen any New Japan in a while. Although you know what Access showed last night?
What?
Access showed the Japan Cup match between Okada and Despy.
Oh, how was that?
Oh, nice.
That was sweet, man. Yo, fucking Okada's chest was fucking turned to chopped liver.
I will tell you this. We I don't think we got to talk about it yet, but Great Khan saved like a 10-year-old girl from being
really,
from being attacked by this crazy 61-year-old man. And
I hate to be in that guy's way,
right? And I'm apparently, Okan was, did a good job of restraining and kind of talking him down. He was really, humane about the whole thing. He didn't just, beat the guy to death. So, which, would have been understandable, for people. But
well, isn't that what happened to what's his face? He's now in the that MMA fighter now sitting in jail.
There's so many of them in jail right now. It's sad.
No. He was arrested because his nephew or his niece I reported.
Oh yeah, Cain Velasquez. Yeah.
He went to his niece's school and beat the shit out of the guy to find out that the guy was molesting the little girl.
No, he was going to shoot him.
He was going to shoot him? Oh shit!
Yeah,
that's even worse.
He might have even opened fire on him. I don't know.
Oh, get out of here!
I think because he's like in there for like attempted murder. So.
Oh, I thought you just beat the shit out of him.
No, that's the crazy thing. And then you think an MMA fighter would go to, would beat the hell out of somebody,
and take great pleasure in doing so.
But we do have New Japan heavyweight tag team champions.
Man, that belt's bouncing around a lot the past year or so.
Who are the new champs now?
Great Khan and Jeff Cobb.
Oh wow!
Really?
Yep.
Good for them.
Yep.
Hopefully they go on a long run, and we'll put some oomph back in that title. That title, just like Pedro said, was bouncing around a little bit. But it's good for them. Good for them.
Did they have a show today, or?
I don't know if because I don't think we got an alert for a check-in, so it might be tomorrow.
Let me see. I'm looking at what is this? I'm looking at New Japan World. It says April 9th, 2022, Tokyo, Ryogoku, Kogo. I can't say it. I'm going to do like Mayu Iwatani and butcher it. But Japanese commentary, English commentary, all matches. So did they have it already? I got to look. Let's see. Hyper Battle 22. Let's see. Jado, Tongoloa, Tamatonga, Tanahashi. What? Why is Tanahashi with those guys? Oh, that's right. They're not in Bullet Club anymore.
That's right.
Okay. Versus Gato, Yujiro, Chase Owens, Bad Luck Fale, Shingo and Naito versus Hinari and Will Ospreay, Master Wato and Taguchi versus Phantasmo and Ishimori, Yano versus Taichi. Oh, for that KOPW shit. Hiromu versus Evil for the Never Championship. Oh God.
Yeah. So apparently, Okan and Cobb won it last night. Because
but I didn't see any results or anything this morning.
It's today's date.
And then
so
it says
it must have just happened a little while ago.
Okay.
It says, tag team title match: Yoshihashi and Goto versus Great Okan and Jeff Cobb. Despy versus
that must have
Sho,
just happened.
and Okada versus CSJ. So that's a huge show. It was today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, today.
Yeah.
Today's the 9th.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything.
All right.
So.
I'm gonna have to see if I can peep that today. It's hard to find.
Zack Sabre Jr. got his. He cashed in his New Japan Cup winning match against Okada.
Now I got to find hours for this because it's especially hard now because baseball season started. So now it's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
I'll find time.
Baseball is on. I didn't get to do the thing I wanted to do with making the baseball card thing. So.
Yeah, it was Yankees Red Sox opening day yesterday, which was awesome. So that was good.
Did the Yankees win? Is that why it was awesome?
Yes, they did. Extra innings. Very good. It was good. Yes. They had a walk-off, and I know Zeus is so excited. So,
here's the thing about baseball.
It's a chess game, bro.
Baseball is meant to be enjoyed in person.
Yes, it is. I agree.
And I think all sports are really better live. And I was thinking, when I've seen some people doing, some fun reaction videos to the Dream Team from '92 and Michael Jordan reaction videos and Charles Barkley reaction videos and it's pretty interesting because if you were trying to follow a lot of sports in the '80s, you had to do a lot of it through the newspaper.
Yeah.
Because until if your cable service didn't have ESPN, which was still new in the '80s, you weren't getting highlights, you weren't getting you weren't getting full games either.
Yeah.
You have to get each team's local paper to get really in-depth coverage. Otherwise, it's just box scores. Yeah.
Right, because if you didn't live in that area where a local a local station was carrying the stuff, like how MSG was so the MSG network is so good for New York sports.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to live off the MSG network for Nick and Rangers. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry. I was just gonna say, YYH is in the chat room. Long time no see.
Y2H2. What's going on?
But yeah, it's you just didn't see much, and I think that when they started putting those highlights together. And they started covering games that helped. That helped so much. But I mean, you just didn't have the access to all of these teams. So if you liked a team that was out of your area, which in North Carolina we didn't have many pro sports teams in the '80s. I mean we got the Hornets in the late '80s. We didn't get the Carolina Panthers till the mid '90s.
Yeah, that's right.
Same with the Hurricane, NHL team. So, we were all kind of people were either Atlanta Braves fans or Washington Redskins were those were the two big. Oh. Yeah, they were the two big sports teams in the '70s and '80s in North Carolina, and. So it really wasn't until especially the NBA. I mean, because the Dream Team turned basketball global.
Yeah, it did. Everybody wanted to see it. Everybody.
I mean, it just exploded. And I've watched. I don't know if I told you that, guys. I watched a really great documentary, and then the official Olympics YouTube channel has like all of the complete games from the '92 Olympics.
That's so cool.
You did
That's
tell us
so
about
cool.
this.
Yeah, and there's no commentary.
Yeah.
So it's just a game.
Yeah.
That first dream team was incredible.
Oh, they were beyond
incredible.
Because like you're watching the game, and like the other team is like they're playing their hearts out. But
but it was like playing Sega basketball. You knew you were going to beat the team by like 70
basketball.
points. You know,
right?
But NBA Jam, Super Nintendo.
Yeah, you know, he's on fire.
Right, you just watch the other countries. They had to work so hard. Like they worked so hard, and it would take like every second of the shot clock for them to get a shot off.
Yeah.
And even if they did finally get the basket, it's like 5 seconds, and the dream team was shooting and making a shot, and then getting back on defense, and it just like they just clamp them down on defense. I mean, they were just killing them.
Who was the one college kid on that team? Oh yeah, Christian Laettner, right?
Yeah.
He must have been like, holy shit.
Oh yeah. He said that, you know, it's like it was great not to be, you know, the leader. It was great to be the guy that, you know, got to be around.
Yeah, Jordan, Barkley, and Ewing. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Jordan, Barkley, Ewing, Karl Malone, Chris Mullins, John Stockton. You know, David Robinson.
That's a Hall of Fame team.
It was every 11 Hall of Famers on a 12-man team.
Jesus.
I mean, it was just a, you know, and yeah, they won one game by 60 points.
Yeah.
James,
I mean, they just throttled them. Like their average win differential in the Olympics was 40 points. In the
average is what, 40 points? That's outrageous.
Yeah, and in the Olympic trials, the games, the qualifying games, they won by an average of 50.
Nice. I remember everybody in New York having a knockoff jersey of Ewing.
The replica.
USA Basketball Ewing #6. I was like, that's so cool. I wanted one. I was like, I want one. And it was so cool. Yeah, it was cool, man.
But I mean, if you got to see Magic Johnson and Larry Bird play on the same team.
Yeah. That's nuts, man.
I mean, the two biggest rivals before, you know, Jordan came along, and you know, you got to see like Magic passed to Larry, and Larry hit a 3, and just people just went, you know, ballistic.
Yeah. Zeus, that was the NBA video game back in the day by Electronic Arts. It was Magic versus Bird in the NBA playoffs. Remember that game?
Yeah, and
that was the game.
Their shoes were the first big. They were the first big shoes that got pushed. Their Converse.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Oh my God, man, we dating ourselves.
Right?
Say, James, I was gonna say, ask. You saw Michael Jordan live a number of times at the Garden.
Yes.
Didn't you?
Okay. Yes.
It's amazing.
I only got to see him live once.
I saw him. He was as much as I admire Michael Jordan, he was my greatest nemesis.
He was
the biggest thorn in my ass because I was a huge Knicks fan. I mean, you know, like I still am a Knicks fan, but not to the extent like I once was. I mean, as he looks as a diehard Knicks fan now. He still is, but I was a huge Patrick Ewing guy, and John Starks, Charles Oakley, and it's just I saw Jordan and he was on another level.
Yeah, he's
completely other level. Complete other level. He was.
Yeah.
He was.
Jordan's last season with the Bulls, the last game that they were gonna play, he was gonna play in Houston, like at Houston against the Rockets. I was there. My brother Larry and I were at that game.
Oh, nice.
He scored like 43 points or something, and it was weird because it just seemed like whenever he wanted to do something, he would just do it.
When
like, when
I was first started dating my ex-wife, she surprised me with Knicks and Bulls tickets. Okay, through her company seats. They were about I would say about 10 rows back off the floor, center court. Okay, and we were like in awe because you usually go to a basketball game and you like 900 seats, like 800 rows up or whatever. But these were 4 seats, about 10 rows back. And you see these guys on the court and the speed that they move in. And then you see Jordan, and he looked like the Flash while everybody else was moving at regular speed. It was insane. It was insanity. It was good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, I actually never got to see Jordan.
You from Mr. North Carolina?
Right. Well, I didn't get to see him in a Bulls uniform. I saw him play against Wake Forest a couple times.
Nice.
When he was at Carolina.
That's even cooler.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's even cooler.
Yeah, because Carolina was so good because it was Michael Jordan, James Worthy, and Sam Perkins, and they were just.
That was Dean Smith's team, right?
Oh yeah. Everything was Dean Smith's team for the whole 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
It was just Michael likes to say, the only guy that ever keep me under 20 points was Dean Smith.
Those were the days, like the people. I talk to people now, and like like I talk to my cousin now, and he's like, "Oh, LeBron James is the best, even better than Michael." And I'm like, "Son, you have no clue." Okay, he goes, "Oh, but you can't compare the game that they did in the 80s and 90s with the game that's today. The game back then, they were beating the shit out of each other in the paint."
Yes, there was a lot more physical. Everything was a lot more physical.
Everything was a lot more physical, man. You were getting elbows to the face that weren't being called, all kinds of stuff.
We talk a lot about how Jordan changed the game, but they also they talk about how like Charles Barkley changed the game because he was so good at backing people in. He would turn back his back to the basket and just back a guy down and just shoot over him, or just drive to the basket. They because of how successful he was, they changed the rules so you can't do that for more than 5 seconds, or they call it.
Fucking Barkley was a beast, man.
Yeah, and that's a thing too. Is like you see, because now it's like some of these reaction videos I've seen. It's like all these younger people, they only know him as the commentator.
No, they have no clue.
On TNT.
Yeah. And then go back and forth with Shaq. Yeah, they have no clue. Yeah,
and then they go back and they see these highlights of him, and it's like, he not only did people not really understand how explosive and good he was, that he was only, he's only 6'4.5", playing power forward against guys that were 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", and he usually had to guard a lot of other centers too. Like, he was the guy that had to guard Ewing. He had to guard David Robinson, and Sean Kemp had 6 inches on him.
Yeah, Sean Kemp was so good back in the day. Oh,
yeah, for Seattle, he was incredible.
Oh my God, who was your team, Pedro? Who was your team? Don't tell me you were a Dallas Maverick guy.
No, I was never. I've never been a Dallas anything person.
Very good. I'm so proud of you.
No,
Rockets fan.
Rockets were the team. Yes.
Hakeem Olajuwon, Hakeem the Dream.
Hakeem the Dream.
Yeah.
Clyde the Glide. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
There you go.
Yeah, I was amazed at Jordan, like during his run with the Bulls. I can't say I was like a Bulls fan, but I was kind of like a Jordan fan, because anytime you watched him on TV, it was just like, oh, you know, you were so impressed with what he would do, you know.
Every week at 1 p.m. the NBA on NBC, Jordan.
But yeah, like Rockets, Astros, those were like the local teams I was
Okay,
into.
I can forgive you for the Rockets, but the Astros, you and I got to have a discussion later on, both here.
So,
but James, that was the team of this
No,
area.
I know. Yeah, no, I totally get it. I get it. Yeah.
So here's another kind of a rivalry thing here. You know, we got to talk about too, because when I was a little kid, one of my godfathers gave me a NC State onesie, and because he went to NC State to become an engineer, and he would always send me NC State stuff. So as I was growing up from a kid all through high school, I was an NC State fan, and you know what happened in 1983 was, you know, NC State and the University of Houston in the NCAA finals.
That's right.
And then that you know, that miracle shot thrown up that was, you know, coming in short, and then Shackelford, you know, dunked it home and won it at the last second.
Yep.
You know, and that was like, I remember my dad's friend who was a baseball talent scout. He made a lot of money. He said he made a lot of money off that game, because like that was the first time that a North Carolina team, a North Carolina university, had ever beaten a Texas university in the NCAA or something like that, or maybe had never, like they like NC State made, you know. But it was a big deal. And I remember my dad actually, I went to bed because I couldn't handle the anxiety of it. And my dad went and woke me up, you know, at the last second. He said, you know, you should see the last few seconds, however this is going to go. And I actually got to see that live. So
that's awesome, man. That's awesome. See, those were moments, man. Like, I remember watching live. I remember when Starks dunked on Jordan. I was watching it. I was like, oh, it was like one of the most amazing things, you know? Yeah. And then when Ewing and it was just good stuff, man. It was just good stuff.
You remember that in that time period, how the slam dunk contest was a must-watch thing? In the
yes. What? Yes.
Like you would watch it, you'd be talking about it with your friends. Blah blah blah.
It was a happening. It was an event. You know,
no one cares about it now. I mean, I couldn't give two.
Well, these guys get like they get like 3 tries.
I don't even know what the rules are now. I can't even follow the NBA All-Star game now. I choose sides. Like, what the fuck is this? You know?
But it's like hard. But you know I mean, you know, Jordan, you know, won dunk contests, and you know, Dominique Wilkins was spectacular.
Dominique Wilkins, yeah.
He was awesome.
Spud Webb.
He was short, right?
Yeah.
5'7".
Yeah.
How about my boy? Yeah, Kenny Skywalker. Boom.
Oh, I haven't heard that in forever.
Yeah. Okay. But I don't know about you guys, but I've been getting into this new TV show called Tokyo Vice.
No, I hadn't heard of it.
Oh man, HBO Max. It's a slow burn. It is good.
Oh, nice.
It is a good show. I was like, finally, I found something good to watch. Good.
The new Halo series is out.
How is that?
How is that? Tell us.
Well, they're releasing like one a week, so it's only up on episode 2.
Okay.
And it's actually very slow. There's some action in it, but they're also kind of telling a story. So I think that if you wanted if you wanted a something nonstop action type thing, I don't think that's what it. That's really not what it is.
Right.
And you get to see the guy who's under the helmet, and that actor, he's been in big movies, but he's never been a big star yet. He's never been a big lead. He was in Skyscraper. He's kind of he's played a lot of military and kind of cop roles and special forces type of guy.
Yeah.
But he's not bad, and it's just they're kind of laying the foundation because it kind of takes place before the first video game.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah. So they don't
I keep seeing the previews to this, and I want to watch it. I'm like, I hope this shit, is good.
Yeah. So, because what it is, it's on the Paramount Plus on Prime.
So, I got to subscribe to that because it's got all the Star Trek shit on there too.
Yeah, yeah, and so I got a deal on it for like 99 cents a month. So
that's awesome.
I don't know when it runs out, but I don't. but yeah, there's quite a bit of good stuff. So it's pretty interesting, and it's like I said, it's not quite in the realm of what you thought from like going into it. So
yeah,
interesting, and I mean the effects look great. The Spartan armor stuff looks great. So I mean visually it's there, and the the bad guys are they're well represented out of the video game too. So
cool. Have any of you seen Morbius yet?
No.
I haven't seen
anything good about it.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talking about how it has no bite to it. It's like, no.
A vampire movie with no bite.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
It is. It is.
Stephanie and I, we've been. I think I said the last time we were on. We've been watching that Andy Warhol Diaries.
Yeah.
I think we have one more episode to go, so we will probably finish that this weekend. And then we started watching this anime called Kotaro Lives Alone, and that's kind of addictive. We'll probably finish that this weekend too, and then we'll probably start on. I think Netflix just got the last season of Better Call Saul, so I haven't seen that season yet. So we'll probably watch that. And I saw two movies from the 70s. They're kind of exploitation movies from Japan. What was it? Because sometimes in the morning I have to keep myself awake. So I started watching these movies. But what did I see? Stray Dog Rock. Well, no, was it Stray Cat Rock? Delinquent Girl Boss. So it's some girl rides into town on her motorcycle. Finds herself involved in this like kind of gang violent stuff, and everyone basically dies, and she rides out at the end of the movie. It was kind of cool. It wasn't great, but it was kind of cool. Visually, like every frame was like almost like a painting. Every frame was like this beautiful composition. But then I saw this movie. I don't know if y'all ever heard of this, called Sex and Fury.
No, I never heard of it.
Oh man! So the story is like a lot of kind of revenge, people getting revenge for their murdered parents, kind of movies from Japan. But it's got these amazing scenes of basically a naked Japanese lady killing people in the snow with her sword, and seeing blood and stuff flying everywhere, like in the snow.
That's kind of hot.
Lots of scenes like that.
There's a few things I want to check out on Netflix. Like I want to see that Jimmy Seville story shit.
Oh, that's gonna be dark as fuck, I imagine.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really really shocking and dark and all that. I want to check that out. What's that stupid movie with? I want to see the Adam Project. I know it's going to be cheesy, but I want to see it anyway. You
Oh yeah,
know,
they've been promoting that a lot.
yeah. I think I don't know, something else I want to see. I can't remember.
I'm interested to see the last season of Better Call Saul as well. I've watched it, and the funny thing is I found myself, honestly, like I couldn't. It was tougher on a rewatch because I mean, like some of the stuff that was so good, the first time through, it's like I almost found myself, at the point where I was like, wanting to fast forward through some of the, like the cringy stuff.
Right.
But yeah, it's
Anybody see The Bubble?
Mm-mm.
No, I'm gonna see that too. It's like a spoof on movie making during the pandemic. That was a good cast. So, I want to check that out. Yeah, but it's hard now. It's hard to watch because there's so much stuff on now. And now, especially with baseball season going, and I just want to see some good stuff. Oh, I saw this interesting movie called "You're Not My Mother."
Oh.
It's like an Irish Gaelic horror flick. That was kind of cool. I was like, all right, I was into it. It was good stuff.
interesting.
Yeah, it's a good psychological thriller. It's pretty good. A little on the supernatural side. It's kind of cool.
Oh,
Good
what's
stuff.
that one I started watching? It's the guy that the guys from Hot Fuzz and Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got a show on Prime too. That's is kind of interesting. The not Simon Pegg, but the other guy. He's a broadband installer and by day and a supernatural investigator by night. So he actually starts finding some actual stuff. So.
I see Prime has that movie I want to see too. It's called All the Old Knives. That's with Chris Pine, I think. That's with Chris Pine, also on Prime.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see that one on Prime. I think Prime has something else I want to see too. And Lawrence Fishburne was in it. Oh no, I think that's All the Old Knives. Yeah, I think that's the same movie. Yeah, some other shit they have. It's just finding time to watch all these things,
Yeah.
Finding time for anything is finding time to sleep. Apparently some of us will sleep when we're dead. But
isn't Batman coming on HBO Max in like another few weeks?
April 19th, I think.
April 19th?
I believe. I could be wrong. Let me check.
That's kind of good then because it makes it easier to watch because I can watch it at my convenience.
Batman.
I've heard mixed things about that. So some say it's good, it's dark. Others say it's too long.
That's hey. So James, how long do you think those two movies I saw were?
hour and 10 minutes.
That Stray Cat Rock movie was 80 minutes, so an hour.
Oh my god!
And the other one was 88 minutes.
Wow.
Fucking Pedro keeps them short and sweet.
Let's see. Release. The Batman will become available to stream on HBO Max on April 19th, 2020.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, I know about it because April 19th is a special day for me. But it's some beautiful green-eyed girl's birthday. But yeah, hey, amigos, thanks for listening. for hanging out with us, whatever we're supposed to say.
Right?
Y'all, anyone got anything going on you want to talk about? Anything to plug or this or that? Or...
No.
Nah.
Pedro, what you got coming out? More Pedro's Weird Life.
Tom's Weird Life, you mean? Hey, on my Etsy, you can actually for $3 you can get the first 24 chapters in a convenient PDF file collection.
What?
No, look at that.
Etsy.com/shop.
It's the graphic novel version.
It's the first 24 chapters, and then sometime this summer the second volume will come out with the next 24 chapters.
Oh, I did just finish don't laugh at me, but I just finally got around to it. I just finished it. I read Dark Knight Master Race.
Okay. I hadn't heard of it, so.
Yeah, it's the Dark Knight 3, because you know how you had Dark Knight and Dark Knight Returns, and then Dark Knight 3.
I pretend there's just the one, but
yeah, Dark Knight. Yeah, I just finished reading Master Race. I was like, okay,
how was it?
Not bad. It's definitely better than the second one, because the second one was all over the place with Plastic Man all fucked up, and
I still want to see that movie, Zeus, the Image one. I still have it on my watch.
Yeah. That's actually good. It was good.
Yeah, it's really good. They were so high. Actually, we get Jay back on here. He's been so into everything that they were doing back then.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah, and
the whole entire show, the Tom McFarlane was angry.
Yeah, and I believe he's a regular listener of Rob Liefeld's podcast.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm trying to find it on my watch history. I don't mean.
No, yeah, it's pretty good.
By the way, I'm trying to find it on my watch history. Oh my god.
No movie I ran into, and then I just started watching from beginning to end just for the hell of it.
What?
Valley Girl.
Oh,
that's Nicolas Cage. Yeah.
Hey, this movie's a good length too. It's just 81 minutes. Yes,
that's Pedro's kind of movie.
But hey, God willing, we'll see y'all next week. Hopefully. Shout out to YYH in the chat room. We hadn't seen you in a while. Good to see you again.
Double Y, double H.
Everyone take care. Get sleep if you can.
Pedro's like, I'm gonna take a time off PM.
I wish. Adios.
Later.